but I was having trouble breathing. I couldn't open my eyes. I could barely talk. Like, he asked me what my name was after a few minutes and what my age was, and it took everything in me to tell him to get the words out of my mouth. And then they put oxygen on me because I was having trouble breathing. Good morning, day number 3. Hi, Dad.
Hi.
We just got done with getting my port flushed, and my arm hurts right now, so I'm gonna rest it on the side. Actually, no, it's hurting too much. I just got my port flushed, and yeah, my arm is hurting me, and a little bit like here under my armpit. That happens sometimes, especially when you don't use it often. But literally, I just went in and got a flush done, so it was real easy. We are going back to the condo to eat some breakfast, and then going to be heading to the holistic dentist, and he's going to be doing a 3-hour exam, a very comprehensive exam. I will let you guys know why that is going to be, why we are doing that, because it's a very long explanation and something I'm not going to get into at the moment. But then they're also doing, after that, they're going to do injections. Prolozone, I think is what it's called, and it's a mix of different vitamins, minerals, and ozone. That is supposed to give you instant pain relief in the area. We will see if that works or not. I take any time where I can get undressed and lay in bed. I'm really tired right now. I could actually fall back asleep. My mom is so kindly making me some breakfast of zucchini and avocado and cucumber. One of my typical dishes. Gonna eat and rest and then head to the holistic dentist in a little bit.
So you can put your stuff on this little table.
Because this is a holistic dentist and they do a mixture of Western and traditional Chinese medicine and other holistic medicine, they use the meridian system. If you're unfamiliar with it, this is the meridians that are used in acupuncture and acupressure, and they use a machine that they are hooking up to me right now, and that will give them a computer rating of the energy flow through my meridians.
So this is the little probe here. It's not going to hurt you or like shock you. There are certain meridians where people can feel like the energy flow.
Okay.
And I've felt it too myself. Not all meridians, but some meridians you can feel it. At the end, it gives me a whole report. So I'm going to start with your thumb. And each time I'm doing this, I'm applying a little bit of water. Make sure it's moist. So here's the first one. Not bad, right?
Nope, just
Okay.
a little vibration.
Yeah. And then once I have all the information, it puts together a nice chart that lets you know
Gotcha.
what organs and systems are having issues.
Okay.
Hopefully you're not ticklish.
No, not too bad. Actually, some of my toes are numb in some areas, which I found out when I had some neurological testing done and they were poking me, and I thought he wasn't poking me in some spots.
Okay, you're going to stay open. Like a suction cup. There you go. If there's any pieces, you could just spit it into that. Okay. And if you want to lay your head back, this is going to be like a suction cup, so I have to break it. Just like that. Okay. And then bite your teeth together. And then if you can look this up my way a little bit. There we go. Just stay where you're at. You can take those retractors out now. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is still photos, but I have a mirror that I'm going to dip in some hot water. So I'm going to have you hold it on whatever side first between your cheek and your teeth. Bite on your back teeth, and then can you move your head? One more mirror. It's a different type of mirror. Back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. And then, okay, you can take that out. So now the photo part is done.
Okay. Making you work here.
I know, now I'm on the spot. Okay, so this machine here is going to test your, it's going to record your jaw muscles, kind of like an EKG does for your heart, but this will be for your jaw muscles. And then in a little bit, I'll put a magnet inside your mouth, and that goes along with the head sensor, And the head sensor and the magnet are going to trace the movements of your jaw.
I think this is a good look.
Yeah, wait until we put the head sensor on.
Putting the tens on me and gonna do that for 45 minutes, right?
Yes.
And then we're gonna redo the testing that I just took a picture of and showed you guys with that lovely headgear on. And that'll be the testing after my jaw has been relaxed. I didn't film the steps that I had already done because it's basically the same thing. There was another thing that we did that was attached to the computer where I had to move my jaw in certain ways. And that's what got them to make this mold of my teeth that's going to be the final orthotic that they are going to be making. And first they're going to be making a temporary one, which I will get tomorrow. I just finished all the measurements and everything. Now we're going to do the prolozone injections. So I just had quite the experience. After we did all the testing and everything, I had the injections put in. Now I couldn't see what they were doing, but you can see the injection sites right here. There's one right here. There and up here. It's like a brace sort of thing. It's like what it felt like. I don't like to ask before I know, because then I just freak out a little bit, but I'm usually good with this kind of stuff. So I put the needle in, and I think it was a bigger needle, and then they stuck, once they braced it and kind of got it stuck to where it needed to be on my face, because I could feel that part, then it hurt a lot. Then they stuck the actual injection of the prolozone in there, and it was not so painful on these parts, but when they put it into these muscles right here, they are really inflamed right now, and they're actually full of fluid at the moment as well.
Well, that would make sense.
So they put it in. He asked me if I was okay after he did the one side, and he turned my head and then did the other side, and I was kind of feeling out of it, but I was just kind of being calm, and I usually don't say much, and I'm usually just kind of let things just pan out how they need to, whatever, go with it, deal with it. But after he did this, when he was doing the second injection, I wasn't feeling very well. However, I couldn't really move my face or talk, and then after he pulled the needle out and the second needle brace thing out, I blacked out for a second. Literally couldn't talk. I know that some people with Lyme have this issue where it's sort of like the Lyme seizure type thing. I felt like I was seizury the whole time, and I was just like, don't have a seizure, don't have a seizure. And my parents weren't in the office at the time. They were on their way over, so they couldn't tell him what was going on. But I was having trouble breathing. I was having trouble with everything, and I couldn't open my eyes. I could barely talk. Like, he asked me what my name was after a few minutes and what my age was, and it took everything in me to tell him to get the words out of my mouth. And then they put oxygen on me because I was having trouble breathing, and he was had my pulse rate monitored the whole time. He's never had a reaction like this happen before, which this is not obviously a common thing. The jaw holds a lot of stress. The jaw is huge, and my jaw has gone under lots of different issues throughout the years, injuries and stuff like that. So it makes sense that it just triggered a complete just stress, just autonomic nervous system drop. Like, everything was just like, nope, we're not doing this, we're done with this today. And this was after I had done all the testing, and I had already been there for about 2.5 hours, and my body was just done. And it took me about 30 minutes to really come back, and really be able to walk out of the office. I took some diazepam then, and now my mom is getting me a grab a green smoothie because I need to eat something, and that's something that's easy. Thank you, Mom. That's something that's easy to eat, and so I'm gonna just do that, and I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna heat. He said heat ice. You're not supposed to have pain after these injections, and mine hurt. So I know that some of it, he said within a couple hours you should feel some relief once the fluid starts to work its way out of the actual muscles and into the body. So we're going back to the condo now. My jaw is still hurting here and here. Sites. He did say there's not supposed to be pain. Been icing, did my bath, so I had the heat. Ice again, did my magnetic pulsar, take down some inflammation. It's definitely a lot better. It doesn't hurt as much to move. I'm gonna get my orthotics fitted tomorrow and maybe give you guys some more information about all of that and getting my jaw aligned, because I've had some injuries to my jaw and it's kind of messed up. Have a good night. Bye.